Okay, hi, we're here at Bicycle Express today to show you how to change a tube. Okay, so let's say for instance it's the front tube that's gone flat. So we're going to step up to the bike, we're going to undo the cam lever, which widens the brake pad so you can drop the wheel out. I'm going to undo the quick release lever, and there's special little tabs on the bottom of the forks for safety so it won't drop out. So you just have to unwind the quick release a little bit until you get it to clear, just tap it and it'll drop out. So your tube will already be flat, right? So I'm just going to let this one down. And then, with the front rim, it's concave on the inside. So usually when it's on the rim, it sits up on a ledge, or what's called the bead. And it locks into the rim, so you want to walk around and de-bead it if it isn't already. And then, the centre of the rim is concave. So what we want to do is work a little system where we pinch the bead of the tyre and we work it into the centre of the bead, because there's a shorter distance for it to travel, working your way to the other side, and you're going to be left with more tyre. If it stays up on the bead, you'll never get it off. Hence, you know, you break tyre levers and get all frustrated. So you work your way around. The best way is to just put it on your feet, pinch it, slide your fingers down, work it all the way to the other side. You work it into your stomach so you can pull quite hard on the tyre, and you've got all this gap. Then from there, if you pinch upwards, you can roll it and it'll just roll completely straight off like that. And you'll look pretty cool. No tyre levers, no nothing. So you can pull your dead tube out, and then you'll work around the inside of the tyre to find out why it went flat, whether it was a thorn or a piece of glass, until it hits your finger. You'll soon know about it. You want to pull it out. It's a big tear or a big hole that goes all the way through. You're going to want to put something in there, whether it's a $5, $10 note that you're carrying, or some people carry little specific patches that you can put them on. Then you just want to, mostly, etiquette is you grab the name on the tyre, you line it up with the valve hole. Some tyres have directions on them, so pay attention to that. Roll one side of the tyre onto the rim again, leaving one side off. You can do this, or you can have one of your mates, if they're there with you doing this while you wait. A little trick is you always want to put air in the tube, always. Or it can get twisted when you put it in flat. You can just blow it up with your mouth so it has some shape. And from there, you just want to grab the valve, which should be easy to find because you've put it where the label is. Slide the valve in first. And then you can do this on the ground or on my lap, where you just thread it in all the way around. Push it in with your hands so it sits completely on the rim. So when you roll it on, you're not going to pinch it. Start at the valve. Start by rolling it on with your thumbs. When you get about halfway around, go back to the valve and push it in, because sometimes the tube will get stuck underneath the bead of the tyre. So push it in to make sure that that's not pinching, and then you'll work your way back until you get to where you can't go any further or it gets too hard. Then you just use the secret for getting it off in reverse, where you put it back on your feet, pinch it to the centre, work the bead into the centre of the rim so it has the shortest distance. Then when you get around to the other side, it'll just roll on like that. Check the valve again and pump it up. If you're carrying cylinders, like CO2 cylinders, we'll grab your pump, hook it up, put your required pressure back in it, between 120. Now when you go to put it in, you've opened up the cam lever on your brake. Whereas if you had a flat tyre, it would have just dropped out. You wouldn't have had to open the cam lever. But your best bet's to open it, because when you go to put it in, if that was down, your wheel won't go back in. So you open it up, slide it back in, making sure your quick release is on the same side as your rear, on the left hand side. Wind it back up until you get your quick release to grab at about that angle, and then fold it straight back up, turn your cam lever in, pull on your brake a couple of times, make sure it's centered, and you're ready to ride.